So we live in a world where people really can't think for themselves. They just follow what their social media tells them, what entertainers tell them, because entertainers, comedians, movie actors, musicians, these are the figures that liberals go to for wisdom and advice. They do not read books. Most of them are not intelligent people. And that is why, idiots like George Carlin, Patton Oswalt, Kathy Griffin, they spewed all this anti-religious hate, and liberals just eat it up because they're stupid and they don't know any better. They don't know real facts. Jesus Christ was the ultimate rebel. He stood up to Pontius Pilate, which was a huge, huge political figure back then. He prevented wars from happening. He ate dinner with prostitutes when no one else did. He hung out with tax collectors, the most hated of all people. For whatever reason, people have this twisted perception that Jesus was some kind of dominating figure that was believe in me or burn in hell, kind of forceful bully, when in fact he wasn't. It's hilarious to me that people look at him in that light, that people are so brainwashed and stupid that they actually think like that. But yeah, there's many ignorant people out there in the world, and again, they're not intelligent. They just follow what their celebrity gods tell them. And I am a Christian, but I don't really see Christianity as a religion. I don't like to label myself as a Christian. To me, Christianity is more just a way of life. Jesus Christ was basically like Gandhi, Martin Luther King. He was not just a religious figure, but a historical figure. And people are just, again, too stupid to realize that. There's even people out there who say that Jesus Christ did not exist as a person. Not just as a son of God, but as a person, which is ridiculous. It's documented in Roman history. But again, liberals, they don't read. They just follow what they're told. Like lemmings, following the other lemming off the cliff and to their own death of ignorance. And so yeah, Jesus Christ was, in my opinion, probably the most important person in human history. I do believe that he prevented a lot of bloodshed. I mean, he could have very well prevented the end of the world as far as we know. His teaching, his wisdom was unlike anything else of his time. Back in his day, people were saying, bathe in your enemy's blood. Kill anyone for any reason. It doesn't matter. Human life is not precious. People can just be killed. If you're a slave or if you're not a king, you deserve to be treated like dirt, stuff like that. But Jesus Christ set in a whole new principles, principles of respect and love to each other. And that is why he was really, he was like a Gandhi times 10. He was an amazing human being, and I believe that he truly was the Son of God. But that is my own belief. Obviously liberals don't mind being prejudiced against other people. They are, in my eyes, the most bigoted, the most judgmental, and yet they claim to be, open and understanding, and it's just so hilarious, the hypocrisy of liberals. There are some liberals, who are not part of this weird, it's like this faggot agenda where gays and trannies have more rights and women have more rights than men. White men are ostracized, black people are given all these free passes. That's not what some liberals are about. Originally, liberalism was in fact a good thing, but it got corrupted over the years. I, for one, don't really conform to any sort of political ideology, although I will say I do believe the Conservative Party, in my opinion, is probably the least of the three evils. But again, I mean, they stand for feeding the rich and for, feeding the war machine. So really, it's it's not much better. But I made another video where basically I'm just saying that I want Donald Trump to win because I want all these wannabe queer, stupid liberals, morons to be put in their place, and I believe he would have a means to do that. But going back to the matter at hand, though, yeah, liberals are scumbags, and they spread this disease of lies about Christians. And the funny thing is, they attack Christians because they're cowards, and they know that Christianity is an easy target. If they were to attack Islam or Jews, that would be much, much more difficult of a thing to do, and I have evidence too behind that. If you know the story about that one Katy Perry video, basically there was some kind of anti-Islam message in her video, and it got complete, raged on by Islam, and she eventually had to change it, or the producers had to change it. And if you look in the music industry and music videos, there are a ton of anti-Christian messages, and no one even gets a slap on the wrist for that. So liberals are cowards, and that's why they love to attack Christians, because they know they're an easy target, and they know that obviously the elite, the people in power, are very anti-Christian themselves. Words like Illuminati, that's pretty much what I'm talking about. Don't really like to use that phrase much anymore because it's kind of become a joke, but more or less that is what I'm talking about. And guys, listen, I'm not trying to preach here. I'm just trying to defend Christianity and expose the hypocrisy of liberals. Liberals are, again, just a bunch of morons. They don't read books. They're attention whores. They don't care about freedom, equality. They have their own agenda. They are corrupt. All right? And if you want to be truly an open-minded, caring person, you need to learn to think for yourself and think outside the box, guys. And what better way to start than by reading the Holy Bible? That will give you all the answers you need. Guys, the Bible is not a bad book. You're going to have morons tell you things like it's full of, death and corruption. But these are the kinds of idiots that haven't read a page of the New Testament. The preaching of Jesus Christ, who was more or less like a Gandhi figure, and he was the Son of God. The things that he spoke, that was the wisdom of God and what created Christianity. So for whatever reason, a lot of people don't see this, but Jesus Christ was in fact a rebel. He was a revolutionary, not just a religious figure.